Hello, I'm Anthony, and welcome back to YORUBADE. If this is your first time, this is a channel that I like to talk about West Africa news, developments, anything that deals with the economics of West Africa. You'll find it right here on this channel. So, this is some recent news that just came out. You have Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger that are all leaving the ECOWAS community. So, ECOWAS stands for Economic Community of West African States. So I'm going to talk about in this video just what led up to them wanting to leave, some background behind it, some of the implications that can happen, that can occur with them leaving, and just what it means for the rest of the other ECOWAS countries. So let's go ahead, get into it. So these are currently the three coup leaders of those countries, and I'll give some background to lead up to it, the implications of leaving, just like I said, and then just surviving the move, how they're going to survive, and potential for devastation and survival. So first, what led up to it? So the first thing was just the military coups and ECOWAS suspension. So Mali experienced military coups in 2020 and 2021, Burkina Faso 2022, and Niger 2023, and these coups led to ECOWAS suspending these countries. So ECOWAS imposed heavy sanctions on Niger and Mali, which the junta leaders of these countries described as inhumane. And by the way, all these countries are landlocked, so that's really devastating. The military governments of these countries accused ECOWAS of betraying its founding principles, being under the influence of foreign powers, and becoming a threat to member states. In response to these tensions, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger formed the Alliance of Sahel States, committing to mutual defense and cooperations. So, what are the implications of leaving ECOWAS? So the first thing, leaving ECOWAS could isolate these countries economically and politically, as ECOWAS facilitates trade and political cooperation among its members. Then you got security challenges. So these countries already face significant security challenges with all the threats of violent extremist groups and all the bombings and shootings that just keeps on occurring over there. So the absence of ECOWAS support could just exacerbate these issues. It could just be more harder for them. But they are trying to link up with Russia and have a relationship with Russia where Russia is going to be helping them. So we'll see how that goes. Their departure from ECOWAS might destabilize the region, as ECOWAS plays a crucial role in maintaining regional peace and security. Now, I don't think, I mean, this could happen, but from what I've observed, ECOWAS, I don't think it will ever get to that point, because everyone wants to make money and everyone's trying to build. So I think it'll be all right. But there's also humanitarian concerns with them leaving, which is increased insecurity and isolation. And these countries are already struggling with poverty and violence. So if they're leaving, they don't have support of their border countries, which have access to the ports. Then it's just going to be more trouble for them. And relying on Russia to send them aid when Russia's already in their own wars is just a tricky move. So maybe they jumped the gun a little bit. I don't know how this is going to work, but hey, they're going with it. So now how can they survive it? So they can survive by just seeking new international alliances for economic and military support. So they cut ties with France, but now they're getting support from Russia. So hey, that's one way to go about it. They could focus on the internal governance and stability, which could help mitigate some negative impacts of just leaving ECOWAS. They need to address their security threats, so independently or just find new alliances to help them with that. Once again, with the French troops leaving in the absence of ECOWAS, they have to look for support elsewhere, at least when it comes to equipment and other just information or intelligence. And then as far as their economic strategies, like just diversifying their economies and seeking new trade partnerships could be extremely vital. So once again, it's going to be a tough road for them. And then just to potential for it to not work out or to survive. It poses a significant risk, so it can include increased security risks, economic challenges, political isolation. But by forming new alliances and focusing on internal stability and diversifying their economies and just different economic strategies, they could be able to navigate and show the world like, hey, we can do it without with all of us being landlocked countries. So in summary, just the departure of these three countries, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, from ECOWAS is really complex. Anything can happen. Various potential impacts can occur in these countries themselves and the broader West African region. So their survival and success post ECOWAS will largely depend on how effectively they can form or forge new alliances and stabilize their own situations when it comes to just terrorist threats and just the political landscapes and all that. So that's what's going on with West Africa right now. So hopefully it doesn't get too crazy. I don't think that region is going to be destabilized too bad, but you never know. Anything can happen in these times. So I hope they're able to work things out, especially with so they're all Francophone countries. So maybe I think they still have good relationships with like Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, Benin, Togo. They're still pretty cool, so it might not be as bad as we're saying it is, but we'll see what happens in the coming months and years. So if you appreciate this video, if you learned something, then definitely give this video a like. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Click the bell so that you're alerted when I do drop new videos. And if you have your own experience or if you have your own thoughts, do you think this is a good idea for these three countries to leave, or do you think it's a bad idea? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. We can have some dialogue and we can all put our own input, and hey, maybe there's something that we're not seeing or I'm not seeing that you know. So definitely appreciate that. And of course, look at this video's description. Always try to provide content that can help that solopreneur, that small business owner have and get to the life that they want of just fulfillment, having freedom, financial freedom, and just being able to see their family members whenever they want to. If that's where you're at in your life, you're trying to take the first step, then definitely look at the links in this video's description. So I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.